Ever. I mean, it's unbelievable. Brilyn Hollyhand, the chairman of the RNC's Youth Advisory Council and author of the new book, hold it up. Oh, we got it right there. One Generation Away, Why Now is the Time to Restore American Freedom, releasing tomorrow and available for pre-order right now. All right, so Brilyn, look at this. How does a guy who can't stay up past 8 p.m. expect to appeal to a bunch of people who start their life at 8 p.m.?
This just shows us how desperate they truly are, Carl. I mean, $50 million down the drain just to attempt to reach out to youth voters. That's a ton of cheese. I mean, listen, President Trump has gotten on TikTok. He has the fastest growing TikTok in TikTok history. Yeah. And all he's doing is posting free 15-second videos that are getting in front of hundreds of millions of my peers as first-time voters. Biden spending $50 million because his policies are crap and he's being inauthentic? I mean, come on.
Unbelievable. But the other thing, too, is like, I'm looking at this, it's like, remember when, I mean, you don't remember, but Jeb Bush ran this horrible campaign, which in New Hampshire, if he had gone out and paid each voter $2,500, it would have been cheaper than the stupid ad campaigns that he raised. That's the same thing here.
Well, what we saw with Jeb was he was inauthentic. Yeah. And the most recent conversation I had with President Trump. The most recent conversation I had with President Trump was backstage at a fundraiser. I was talking to him as chairman of the council, and he said, "Brilyn, what can we do to win the youth vote?" He waves his hands in the air. And I said, "Mr. President, two things. Be authentic and get on mainstream social media platforms." And be authentic is the most important thing. Yeah. We have Joe Biden attempting to film these reels and TikToks, and you can tell he's reading off a teleprompter, pause now, he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's clearly not working. It's clearly not authentic. That's why we're seeing an 8-point shift for President Trump. That pendulum is major, Carl. A Republican president hasn't won the youth vote since 2003. This is historic.
Yeah, well, no, it absolutely is historic. And what's even more historic is the fact that your generation can't buy homes, are having trouble in the job market right now because, sure, you can get part-time jobs all day that the White House is going to brag about, but you're not getting full-time jobs, the ones that you want to pay off your degree that you or any other Republican is not getting forgiven.
100%. Carl, you remember the days of graduating from high school, renting your first apartment, kind of living independently for the first time in your life. My generation's going into that era of life under a Biden administration and a Biden economy. It's hard enough right now for my parents and grandparents to live under a Biden economy. Picture what it's like for my peers and I to start off our lives independently with nothing to fall back on. We're starting off in this era. It's horrible, and my generation's going to vote him out in November.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, and I got a minute left here, but I remember coming out, I dropped out of college after 9/11, joined the military. I was making like $34,000 a year, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go get an apartment now. Like, I would have starved on the street today.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. That's the policies of Biden. They're terrible. He's failed my generation. We're going to vote him out because we're seeing an 8-point shift for the President Trump's vote.
8 points, so
it's major.
That's your prediction. New book, where do people get it?
It's available on Amazon right now. Comes out in the morning. You can pre-order it One Generation Away.
All right, sounds good. Brilyn, appreciate you coming in very much. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you.
All right, coming up, it's time for the government to answer some of the daily inconveniences that they cause.